This episode of the Golf Gambler Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is presented to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the app now and use code SGP. New customers can score $200 in bonus bets instantly when they bet just $5 on football, only on DraftKings Sportsbook with code SGP. And we're also brought to you by Game Time. Snag the tickets without the stress. Use promo code SGPN on your first purchase to save $20. Download the Game Time app and use promo code SGPN. And we're also brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Play Underdog Pick'em in college or NFL and win up to 20 times your money in one game. Use promo code SGPN at Underdog Fantasy for a 100% deposit bonus up to $100. And finally, we're brought to you by Hall of Fame Bets, the sports betting research platform for parlays, player props, and game lines. Download the Hall of Fame Bet app or visit HOFBets.com and use code SGPN to get 50% off your first month and start making smarter bets today. All right, D-Gens, welcome in. It's the second week we're doing some NFL picks, chopping it up, breaking up the golf monotony a little bit. And it's your boy, Boston Capper, with God of Golf himself, Steve Shermer. Steve, how you doing, buddy?
I mean, it's kind of a buzzkill week one for me. I mean, not necessarily for my picks. I did pretty well on Sunday, but
you did good on your picks.
You know, I had such high hopes for the New York Football Giants that we'll talk about in a little bit. Coming into week one, though, I was all excited. I don't think I've told you this. I got rid of Spectrum. I cut the cord. I finally got fed up with them after the whole ESPN Spectrum dispute. Yeah. So I had already signed up for Sunday Ticket on YouTube TV. So I figured probably because it was always a pain because I had to stream Sunday Ticket. So I would have to switch between HDMIs because streaming it, I couldn't get the local games.
Yep.
So I figured, all right, just go YouTube TV. It's just right there. So that worked great. Cut my cable bill in half. And what they did well, first of all, there weren't any glitches on my end for Sunday Ticket. And they actually perfected the quad box where it actually was 4 games in each corner without any like extra space or anything like that. It worked great. I think I only had maybe like one little buffering issue. Other than that, though, I mean, hats off to Google. I mean, they always do everything. They do almost everything right. And of course, they pretty much nailed the Sunday Ticket package.
Nice. And now I don't get to get those smarmy texts about suck it up and pay for fucking cable.
I know. No, I have seen the lights. And, you know, I mean, honestly, like there's been a lot of stories that like, they end up cutting a deal, but I mean, Spectrum is basically saying, look, like if you don't meet our demands, like we're just not going to have you. And I think ultimately, I think they want to get out of the whole cable business anyways. Like they didn't even fight to keep me.
No,
I've been a customer for 10 years. They didn't even offer any discounts or free channels or anything like that. They just said, you know what? All right, see you later. It was really a nice kicking the ass out the door where you can't actually return the equipment to a Spectrum store. You actually have to go to a UPS store, which is not great. But yeah, I mean, so it started out great. And then I think just collectively our show, you know, it just went downhill from there. I mean, obviously with our producer Cam with the Steelers, that was a disastrous showing from them. Your Patriots really crapped the bed.
Hey, I don't care. Know, I had Philly as my lock.
I know.
I was very torn on that last drive.
You were. Actually, I need the Patriots to cover in order to win my my picks pool for that week. So, oh well. And then I'm like, you know what? I hope this wasn't an omen for the Giants, and of course it was. But overall, though, I mean, like, how did you think the NFL Sunday Week 1 was? I thought it was really good. I thought it was good, but I thought it was really clunky.
Yeah, especially the 1 o'clock games were rough. I think it's just a diet. I think it's just basically a side effect of almost no teams taking preseason serious at all. Like, I mean, my starters got maybe 1.5 quarters in, you know what I mean? So they use all these joint practices supposedly to get sharp. But yeah, you could definitely tell everybody was rusty. The afternoon games were better. Obviously, the Sunday night game was not great for anybody, even non-Giants fans. It was pretty fucking brutal to watch. And then, Monday night was good though. That was I mean, poor Jets fans. I was laughing my ass off. Like, there's nothing more Jets than that happening. And whatever, they went out and won. They should have just took the loss because their season is fucking doomed now. They're not winning the Super Bowl. Like, that's it. You ain't winning the Super Bowl with Zach fucking Wilson. Forget about it.
You don't think they can bring in Jameis Winston and go to the Super Bowl with
listen, Jameis is a huge upgrade over Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson fucking sucks.
Yeah, but they have the same problems. They're like Zach Wilson turns the ball over and Jameis Winston turns the ball over.
Yeah, but at least Jameis will throw touchdowns and not fall on his face and throw it fucking 50 miles an hour, 5 yards in front of the receiver. Forget it. Like,
yeah, but I mean, Jameis is just a favorite in the DFS degenerate community because he just is still volatile. And I think that's why he's always just pumped up. Just like, hey, what about Jameis? Like, he stinks.
Yeah. I mean, look,
he really does stink.
I'd be right. And I probably do like him from the DFS aspect of it. You're probably right about that.
Yeah. But I mean, the Jets are definitely, down the tubes. Shades of Vinny Testaverde when he blew out his Achilles back in 99 or so. And then they brought in, I think, Ray Lucas, the immortal.
It was Ray Lucas.
It was. Yeah. Who I think 13-year-old Steve was like, hey, he's actually kind of good. And I bet if I watch those games, he's probably complete garbage.
He was not good.
No, he was not good. But I mean, overall, hopefully we get a little more coherent week one. I thought obviously you said with the, no preseason, the joint practices, all that stuff. I thought everyone's offensive lines are really poor too. And maybe that kind of factored a little bit in some of my picks this week as far as,
mine too.
Because week 2 is difficult. It's all right, what's real? What isn't? We kind of talked about this a little bit before we talked about the Giants in a little bit, you can't really fix a bad offensive line that kind of just sticks. You can't scheme that away. You can try quick passes, but once the defense kind of figures that out, it's kind of game over at that point. You're basically slashing your playbook by 75%. So, I mean, that played a part in a couple picks of mine this week. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. It should be interesting. Week 2 is be careful, everybody week. Nobody knows anything. Still, we don't know what any of these fucking teams are yet. It doesn't matter what happened last week. You have to do everything you can try to take out recency bias. You have to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, or don't look at the DVOA stats. It's 1 week.
They're skewed.
Yeah, it's like looking at 1 round of putting and just
assuming
that.
That's very true.
Yeah, this is who you are as a person. So, all right,
this is a good comp.
Yeah. Do you want to quickly do a pick for Thursday night?
Yeah. So whatever, man. I'm sticking with the theme that's always worked good for me is fade Kirk Cousins in prime time. I don't really love the 6, but I didn't know what to do with the total. So I took Philly at home, lay in 6. The link can get pretty rowdy. They look like dog shit against my team last week. They're going to want to go out and show out in prime time. O-line makes me a little worried. Jalen looked a little slow, but yeah, man, I don't care what the stats say for that Minnesota team, them moving the ball, not being able to punch it in. That's Kirk Cousins in prime time. I'm not going to overthink it. And if Kirk beats me, so be it.
Okay. Well, as a longtime visitor, I don't know if it's visitor is actually the right word, but basically an enemy of the state going to the link. I have been to a Thursday night game at the link, and it definitely is a different vibe. It's not quite as rowdy. It's definitely a little off. If I had to rank the rowdiest crowd,
the home opener on a Thursday night, motherfuckers taking off work. They've been out there. I saw some stuff on Twitter. They've been out there tailgating, dude.
Well, that's every single week. I'm just telling you, man. The Thursday night at the link is kind of different. I mean, Sunday night is definitely the rowdiest of all, for sure. 4:30, definitely rowdy. Monday night even. But Thursday, it's a little bit of a weird crowd, but I think you're right. Home opener. Here's the thing, though. I mean, the Eagles do have a couple injuries. What's his name? The guy who used to play for the cornerback for Bradbury. He's out for the Eagles. So I don't know how much. Yeah, I don't know how much that actually affects anything though, because it seems like Justin Jefferson's just going to kind of do his thing against no matter who.
Slay's going to cover Jefferson, man.
That's true. They do have Darius Slay.
So that's one thing I do like. I like the under in receiving yards for Jefferson because Slay fucking owned him when they met up last year. Okay. I think he had less than 10 yards and 1 catch.
All right. I mean, overall, though, I think what we saw from the Vikings last week, I think that's kind of legit. I don't think they have much of a good team. They're without. Right. I think aren't they without a couple offensive linemen tonight?
Yep, they're out 2 offensive linemen. Kirk's gonna get pressure up the middle all day long.
Yeah, Fletcher Cox actually is going to play tonight. That's huge for them. So they're going to get that pass rush going. I think I'm going to like Eagles -6 too. I don't love it, but actually what I am doing though, DraftKings is actually offering a 50% bonus to any bet. So I ended up taking Kirk Cousins interception anytime and boosting up to +110. So
nice. I like it. So I looked for that one, man, and I don't know why. I just saw so many people on it, and I was like, I get it, but I just can't do it. So
yeah, but it's always fun to root for Kirk Cousins to fail.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
All right. Well, why don't we take our first break, and then I'll start bearing my soul.
All right, sounds good. Well, listen, football is back in full swing with another week of epic games. And who's got you covered on the action for every single one of them? DraftKings Sportsbook, the official or unofficial sports betting partner of the NFL. New customers can bet $5 on football and get $200 instantly in bonus bets. Nobody's missing out on the action this season. All DraftKings customers can take advantage of 2 new offers every day this September. So get in on the NFL Week 2 action with DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the app now and use promo code SGP to sign up. New customers can bet just $5 to take home $200 instantly in bonus bets. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook with code SGP. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. The state-specific responsible gambling resources. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance.
Okay. All right. Do you want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
I'll just go first because mine is whatever, and I'll let you run with it after because I don't want to have to follow up whatever you're going to say. So I was pleasantly surprised with the Pats and how they played. The problem is the bar was so low. Like I was just happy seeing a functional fucking offense. The problem is that Bill has completely fucked this team with talent per usual. Juju Smith-Schuster isn't even on the field in the last 2 minutes. We have 2 sixth-round wide receivers out there because Juju can't stay healthy. And we signed him instead of Jacoby Myers. What did Jacoby Myers do on Sunday? Like 6 for 80 and 2 touchdowns. Yeah, already knew the system.
Yeah, but he thinks he's Batman now because he got his bell rung.
Yes, it's true. Yeah. A good reference on the old Snickers commercial for all you youngins. That commercial would never air today, by the way.
No, it definitely would. There'd be lawyers running onto the field after that.
It would be. But yeah, I mean, look, Bill just didn't put anything into the offense. I was very surprised that our O-line hung up as well as it did. Mac didn't take a sack until the second half. This week, we got 2 guys who finished the game but have concussions with Trent Brown and not Marpay. I don't know, one of our other rookies. So Andrews with a hamstring. I don't know. We'll see. But I was pleasantly surprised. I still think we're a good team. The Jets losing Rodgers probably going to screw my under 7.5 wins bet because those 2 will be automatic wins at this point. But yeah, overall, man, I was happy Mac Jones progressed. Nice to see a real offensive coordinator. Defense looks solid. That 3rd round pick, Keon, is a fucking man. That dude is fucking scary.
Okay. All right. So my turn to discuss the homer pick.
Yes.
I think it's what everybody's maybe been waiting for. Look, I guess my range of emotions last Sunday was just like annoyance at first.
Yeah.
So I didn't they blocked the field goal. I'm like, all right, that's annoying, but at least they moved the ball. And then it just got frustration and anger and then just sadness about how, I didn't have any Super Bowl aspirations for this team. I mean, it's even kind of a stretch to think this team could have made the playoffs just because, they still have a lot of holes in this team and it's a lot harder schedule than last year. But I thought year 2 with Dayball, I thought the offensive line was going to make some progression and just be a little more fun. And even if they didn't make the playoffs, just be kind of entertaining, build on maybe next year. Maybe they get a little higher draft pick, maybe an easier schedule, then maybe make a run. It was the same shit that we saw in the second year of the Joe Judge regime where we just can't run a play. And the offense is just completely broken and not functional because the entire right side doesn't know what they're doing. I mean, Glowinski, the amount of times he just saw guys run by him or went to the wrong guy to block and just, let a free rusher come in. Evan Neal just getting spun all over the place. He was actually working, I think with maybe Willie Anderson or so. He was working with some Hall of Fame left tackle outside the Giants system and learning tricks and trades. And there was a lot of hype coming in on him saying oh, he's really improved. But I mean, no, he went far backwards. He is slow. He's not adapted to the speed of the NFL. And you can't really fix that. And there's no one really coming to replace them. They got, I think, a second-year guy behind him, Aduza, I think. I mean, he hasn't really broken through yet. They got Matt Pert, his corpse still floating around. He's terrible. I mean, so if they insert him, it's not really going to do anything either. And we got Andrew Thomas, who actually is legitimately good. Now he's hurt. I mean, I still have high hopes for our rookie, but he's a rookie, our rookie center. So here's the thing too, You got the Cardinals, who actually got a lot of pass rush on the Commanders last week. You got Jonathan Gannon, who, listen, got a lot of crap for his Super Bowl performance. Apparently, it came out that he was actually interviewing with the Cardinals the week before, so maybe he was a little distracted. But, I mean, I thought he drew up a really good game plan to at least keep the Cardinals kind of in the game. I know Washington is kind of terrible. Well, if this is really what we're getting from this Giants offense who can't block with no receivers, with Darren Waller still hurt, I don't see how that's really much different than last week with the Cardinals. And Jonathan Gannon was the defensive coordinator for the Eagles. He's seen game tape on these guys. He knows the limitations of Daniel Jones. Like you kind of mentioned when we talked about it, how they're just going to try to do the quick pass. Well, they tried that with Dallas and they just pushed everybody up. They knew they couldn't push the field down the field.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this could get really ugly. The thing is, though, it is Giants -4. Like, that's still really low. The Cardinals are really bad. Like, I guess I think I'm still going to lay the points with the Giants at -4, but man, I feel way better about the total. It's sitting at over under 40. I think both offenses are going to just struggle. I think the John Gannon Arizona defense is still going to get success. I think the Giants offense is still going to have a lot of trouble. And I think it's just going to be a low scoring game. So I'll probably still lay the points with the Giants, but man, like I am extremely worried about the trajectory of the season if we cannot fix that offensive line. I don't know if they can.
Yeah. I guess. I mean, there's nobody out there to sign either. I mean, there's just nobody out there because that's what we're looking for too. I guess I didn't even talk about my game. I talked about last week. I think New England is the spot. I know all the sharp money's on them. It's back-to-back road games for Miami. Coming all the way up, primetime game. Like everybody's on Tua for MVP. Everybody's blowing the Dolphins. The New England gave them a good game. Our O-line loses 2 more guys. I don't know. I think it's probably just stay away from me. Gun to my head. I take Pats 3 to 3.5, I guess. Gun to my head, but I don't like it at all.
Okay.
Because I feel like Tua can just – because Tua's beat us every single time. But, yeah, maybe something funky can happen. I don't know. The defense is good, so I don't know. We'll see. But, yeah, gun to my head, I take New England 3 to 3.
Yeah, hasn't Tyreek Hill always killed the Patriots too?
Nah, so we did good. We've done – it's like 50-50. We've done good, like, bottling them up some games and things like that. Like, most of the time you had to pick your poison. Like, you had to pick him or Kelsey. You know what I mean?
Yes, that's true. Yeah, I mean, I think maybe I just remember – it was that Sunday night game with Alex Smith and just
where the fan threw the beer on him.
Yeah, just running free all over the field. That's always stuck with me. Like they never really figured that out. So, all right. Why don't we get to the Sunday and Monday slate? So something different, like listen, like we're close to the game.
Yeah.
You're listening on podcast. Why don't we actually give you a little more Sunday picks? Something you can use for the next couple of days. So we're gonna do 5 picks this week. So I went 2-1 in this little segment last week. You went, I think, also 2-1. You lost on the Bengals, but you hit the other 2.
Yep.
So we're going to do 5 this week. So why don't we kick it off? What's your number 5 pick of the week?
So number 5 is going to be Washington plus 3.5. I just don't believe in that Denver team at all. They still look like dog shit. Sean Payton tried an onside kick, the fucking first kickoff on the season because he is such a fucking hardo. Like it didn't go right. Russ still looks like shit. The only thing that gives me a little bit of pause is obviously Washington's not good, right? That defensive front's okay. If Judy plays, it gives me a little more pause, but I'm fine with getting the hook at Washington plus 3.5. I think their front 7 will be able to get pressure on them. Their running back Williams isn't shit. Russ looks like Russ. Like he's just not good, man. He's not good still. And if Judy doesn't play, his receiving options are very fucking limited too. So yeah, I will take Washington on the road in Denver plus 3.5. I will keep betting against this Denver team until they prove me otherwise.
So Judy got into full practice today.
Yeah, I know.
It looks like he's going to play. I mean, for me, that's a complete stay away that game. I don't know why I had Washington, Arizona on the quad box for a little bit, but they were. Sam Howell is atrocious.
Yeah, he's not good.
No, he isn't. No. I mean, that's just, and I think Ron Rivera is completely checked out. I think that coaching staff stinks. I mean, the Denver coaching staff definitely stinks. So, Yeah, it's just a stay away from me. All right, this is a really ugly pick.
All right.
I mean, other than the quarterback, the Jets have an excellent team, excellent defense, good running game. They got, and I mean, the wide receiver, I think Garrett Wilson, I think he's really good, but obviously with Zach Wilson throwing the ball. Here's what I know about the Cowboys. I don't think you can make an opinion really about the Cowboys coming out of that game because it was a complete just mess at that point for the Giants. What I did notice though is that before everything just went to shit, the Giants had a lot of success running the ball on the Cowboys, and that really was working a lot for the Jets. Even though, I mean, like the Bills knew that Zach Wilson couldn't do anything, and Breece Hall looking really good. You got Dalvin Cook doing some things too. Yeah, I think they can devise a game plan to keep moving the ball, moving the chains with those two, to eat the time of possession, keep Dallas's offense off the field, keep them in it, and that defense too. I mean, it is nasty. I think they're going to step up. Some of the concerns about the offense with Dallas, I still kind of have. I mean, like I'm still not really all that sure about Mike McCarthy and Brian Schottenheimer in that offense. Tony Pollard I like him a lot. He's electric, but he's kind of a little dude. I think maybe he can get roughed up a little bit. Brandon Cooks also is dealing with an injury now too. So I think the Jets can keep it close. It's a lot of points for, I think, a really talented team outside the quarterback. I mean, for God's sake, Zach Wilson still went 5-4 last year as the starting quarterback. So I'm going to take Jets plus 9.5. It's gross, but
yeah,
I'm going to do
it. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. Look, I mean, listen, I get it. I couldn't do it because Dallas, I don't know. Dallas might be good.
I think they are, but I think the Jets are good outside the quarterback. And I think they can do enough. And I think some of the weaknesses of the Dallas, at least what I saw from the Giants early on, they can run the ball. I think the Jets can do the same thing. And
maybe that's the thing. Like I worry about Breece Hall, like tweaking a knee. Dalvin Cook, I know he got a lot of work, but he didn't look great.
No, he didn't, but he can, kind of.
Yeah, man, I get it. Like whatever, dude. It's 9.5.
3 yards in a cloud of dust.
Yeah, I get it. I get it, man.
All right. What's your number 4 pick?
Well, before we do that, let's go ahead and take the last ad break here and chop it up. Listen, Hall of Fame bets. You got to win bigger by betting smarter this NFL season with Hall of Fame bets, the sports betting analytic platform for parlays, player props, and game lines. Research every sport with historical stats and data. You can enter any parlay idea into Hall of Fame bets. It's a revolutionary parlay optimizer tool to get hit rates broken down by leg, as well as an expected probability for the entire parlay. Sort all players by hit rate at any bet to learn which players are hot and which picks have value. So stop betting in the dark and join over 30,000 users researching with Hall of Fame bets to craft more intelligent, data-driven plays. Download Hall of Fame Bets app or visit hofbets.com and use promo code SGPN to get 50% off your first month today. Start researching, start winning with Hall of Fame Bets. And Underdog Fantasy has a way for you to play alongside your favorite football team all season long. You can win up to 20 times your money in a single game when you go 5 for 5. It's a fantasy game, but you can win real money. Now listen to this. This week, they're giving away $100,000. All you have to do is make a pick'em selection that includes Tua's passing yards, 277.5 yards, higher or lower. And Underdog is going to select 10 random winners to give out $10K each to. So watch along, make your picks, maybe make a little cash over on Underdog's mobile app or website, underdogfantasy.com. When you sign up with promo code SGPN, Underdog will double your first deposit up to $100. That's Underdog Fantasy, promo code SGPN. I'm 100% doing that.
Yeah, there you go. That sounds like an awesome promotion, awesome deal there. So, all right.
They got some nice investors over there.
Yeah, there you go. All right, what's your number 4 pick?
So this is another pick that I'm not crazy about. I was bouncing back and forth between two, but I was going between the Bengals and the Niners. I ended up taking the Niners. It's over a touchdown on the road, divisional game. All the things that tell me I shouldn't bet it. That defense looked absolutely fucking legit. They have a ton of weapons, and I just don't know if LA can do it again. I feel like that was just a matchup thing. Seattle always has problems with the Rams. It doesn't matter who has it. Tua, what's his name? Who's the receiver?
Yeah, Puka Nacua and Tutu Atwell.
Tutu Atwell, like, dude, he's not getting 10 catches and 150 yards against this fucking defense. That running back that took all of Cam Akers' work stinks. He's not really good. Yeah, I really believe in this Niners team, and I think that it was just styles make fights, and I feel like the Seahawks are never up for that Rams fight. And yeah, I'm just gonna hold my nose and lay the 7.5 on the road, going against all my better instincts. Although it has been working better when I go against my better instincts. So
that is true. I looked at that game. I just think 7.5 points for a divisional game.
it's a lot.
I couldn't do it. So
I know.
All right. Well, I actually am going to go to a divisional game, but I'm going to take the home team. So here's the thing, though. This was +1, Houston +1 at the beginning of the morning, and now it's Houston -1.5.
Yeah.
So that's a little strange, but I think I'm still going to take Houston anyways. Look, like with the Colts last week, it was exciting. They were in it, but I mean, one of the touchdowns, basically, the play, it was fluky. It was either people thought it was an incomplete pass, guys tripped out of Etienne's hands because just stand over the ball, they ran back for a touchdown.
Yep.
Kind of fluky there. The other one, Michael Pittman took it to the house for 60 yards, which sucks. It actually took his under receiving yards. So I was not happy about that. But that was a bubble screen where they just decided not to tackle. Like that's not really a sustainable play. I mean, Anthony Richardson already got hurt. So you're going to take a rookie quarterback on the road. I thought Houston played pretty well against Baltimore. I mean, I think with Baltimore, though, I mean, it's not on my slate this week, but I think the transition to the college offensive coordinator, I don't know how great that's going to go, but I think Houston showed some fight. I think they're the best unit, their defense in this game. They still got Dameon Pierce. They got Nico Collins. They got Robert Woods.
Woods look good.
Yep. So I think I'm just going to take Houston -1.5. I just think they're going to win the game, so I'll take the points.
Yeah, so that was actually my third. I got him at +1, but I would still bet it at -1 to 1.5 for all the reasons you said, like legit. Like, so I watched that Jags Indy game, and it was very fluky how they scored their points. Very, very fluky. I think one of their running backs is injured too. Anthony Richardson's first game on the road. Oh, no, I guess the second game on the road. No, first game on the road because they played in Indy. So first game on the road. Yeah, that D'Amico Ryan's defense looks legit, like especially for a shitty team. Like they played well. So yeah, I love that pick. Yep, that was my third pick.
Okay, all right, then I'll go to my number 3 pick. This was my lock last week, and that blew up my face. I felt really good about my lock after Aaron Rodgers got hurt for 4 plays. I'm like, oh, this is going to be a breeze. Here's the thing. I mean, you kind of mentioned we're trying to decipher what's real and what's not. You are really down on the Broncos, and honestly, I wasn't really all that impressed with the Raiders even doing it. I mean, everything's just kind of like Garoppolo's, he's really just efficient, but everything's like at the sticks. Like when he throws the ball, I didn't think the run game looked all that good too. And you got Buffalo home opener, 1:00. That's a real rowdy crowd. And I took under on Raiders wins this year. I think their roster just isn't very good. I don't think Josh McDaniels is a good quarterback. So I'm going to lay the points with the Bills 8.5. I mean, I'm worried about it just from like, maybe the Bills actually are horrible, but I don't think the Raiders have the horses on defense to give him trouble like the Jets did. So I'm going to take the Bills -8.5.
Yeah. So I was really debating putting that one on my card as well. I'm probably just going to bet it. Yeah, it's like, and they're in a bad spot too. It's back-to-back road games. But the only thing that scares me is Jimmy G, for whatever fucking reason, just wins fucking football games. It's fucking ridiculous. Like he just wins. That's what he does.
He does. It's nuts. Yeah. It's like Jordan Spieth going to Bethpage Black when he can't hit the ball and he finishes third. It's like, how the hell did this happen?
How did this happen? Yeah, exactly.
So
exactly.
All right. What's your number 2 pick then?
Number 2 pick is going to be Seattle getting 5.5. Yeah, I mean, so here's the thing. Like I said, I think styles make fights, and I don't think Seattle's as bad as they were against the Rams. Now, look, I know they have a couple offensive linemen injured. Not sure if Tyler Lockett's going to play, but 5.5. I mean, I don't think. Let me pull it up here. Where'd it go? I lost it. I don't care. So Detroit, I mean, they got super lucky. Like if any receiver on Kansas City would have caught a ball, they would have lost. You know what I mean? I know it's Detroit's home opener. There's a ton of pressure on these guys. Goff is typically good at home. I just feel like I can't remember what the open. That's what I was trying to pull. I was trying to pull up what this line was last week before everything happened, but I feel like it moved at least fucking 2.5, 3 points. I just feel like it's a huge overreaction, and I feel like I'm getting the right side of the points with Seattle. Maybe I'm wrong, and maybe Geno is turning back into a pumpkin. But I'll take them getting 5.5 on the road. I just can't. That Detroit Lion win was good, but man, like they just KC gave it to them. They really did. So yeah, I'm taking 5.5. I think it's a close your eyes special too. So
yeah, I mean, I almost considered Seattle on my card too. I like that argument there. I mean, maybe Seattle just laid an egg last week. I came away from the Chiefs Lions game thinking maybe the Chiefs aren't all that good. Like
their skill players blow.
Yeah, like I thought their offensive line wasn't very good. The skill players weren't good. I thought Pacheco, like he got nicked up a little bit too.
Yeah.
So I mean, maybe just the Chiefs aren't that good. And even like so, they're going to add. And this is also I almost put Jaguars plus 3.5 on my card. I didn't do that, but like
I was too scared.
But look, like even if you add Kelsey back, Kelsey is 34 years old. You saw what happened to Gronk. It went bad quick.
Yeah, but here's the difference. Gronk actually blocks. Kelsey does not.
But still, he's 30.
He's a receiver. He's not a tight end.
He's 34. Like, what 34-year-old receivers even do well?
Yeah.
Like the last one was what? Marvin Harrison?
He might not play this week. Still.
And he might not even play this week. So, like, I think maybe the Chiefs aren't all that good. And you're right. Like, I mean, the Lions got a fluky pick 6 there. Yep. I mean, I thought Dave Montgomery in the running game looked okay. I mean, Amon-Ra St. Brown looked pretty good. But other than that, though, they don't really have a lot of receivers outside of him.
Yeah, they need to play Gibbs. They need to play Gibbs more. That kid is fast.
They do need to play Gibbs, right? And then meanwhile, Seattle, I mean, like, you still got Metcalf, you got Walker, you got Charbonnet too. Yep. I mean, maybe that is just close your eyes. Maybe Seattle just backdoors this thing. So I don't mind.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. Like Detroit can absolutely give up a backdoor. Yep. So yeah, that makes me yeah. Okay. I think we're all right.
All right. So my number 2 pick is basically all right. So what do you believe? So you had Chicago a complete egg against Green Bay last week. Everything just went wrong for them. You had Tampa Bay. I mean, Kirk Cousins kind of gave them the game. I mean, Kirk Cousins had 2 fumbles early on, gave him a pick 2. Baker looked okay for a little bit, but like overall though, not all that impressive. I think I came away more of the impression. I think Chicago is really bad. I think they still can't block. They still have a bad defensive line. Fields is horrible. Like it was hurry up mode for them. And it was just, at the end of the game, it was dink and dunk for him. And he had a guy wide open the flat and he overthrew him by like 3 yards over his head. Like
Justin Fields is not good.
There's still problems with that team. And I think the Buccaneers defense is actually legitimately good. Last year, they had a lot of good players and a lot of talent on the defense. They just all got hurt. I mean, that's by far, I think, the best unit on the team. They still got Mike Evans, still got Chris Godwin. You know, Rashad White too. He can still do a little bit. I think the Bucks win ugly, but I think they win by at least a field goal. So Bucks minus 2.5.
Yeah, man. So I was looking at that game a lot too. It just scares me that there's a lot of money on the Bucks and they have not moved it to fucking 3 yet. And it's the same thing. Like a team gets mollywopped the fucking first week against a team that owns them for decades. Is it gonna be different? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It just scared me off of it. And it's more just because that line had not moved with as much money as pounding it. It's like, no, I'll just pass.
So I actually did see it move backwards from 3 to 2.5. And that was actually what pushed me over the edge, I think, to go with Tampa. Just getting the 2.5 there. I just think I think Chicago is really bad. I don't think their coach is that good. I mean,
Chicago stinks.
Yeah. I think the Bucks coach is also bad too, but I think I'm just going to take 2.5 of the Bucks. I think they're the best unit of the 4 in that game. So I'll just take them.
Okay. Like it.
All right. What's your lock of the week?
Panthers plus 3.
Okay.
Yeah. So the Saints showed me exactly who they were last week, and the Titans covered. That team is not good. The coach is a fucking moron. They still have Derek Carr. Chris Olave looks good. Michael Thomas looked better than I thought he was going to look. Jamal Williams stinks. He is not good at running the ball. Like that is a fact. He is not good. I think that whatever the backup's name is might play a little bit this week. Yeah, I mean, look, it's not even so much. I mean, look, Carolina is a tougher place to play. It's a dome team going to Carolina, which has longer grass on that typically slows down dome teams year after year after year. And this is a division dog, and it's 3 points. I'm hoping it gets to 3.5. I got a little bit at +3, but I don't believe in the Saints team at all. And they didn't do anything to change my mind, letting that dude. They won by 1 point. And how many times did fucking Tannehill turn the ball over? 4 times?
3 times. I think I stacked like 5 times too.
Yeah, like it's just like forget about it. Like that Titans team is not good.
Yeah,
like it's not. So yeah, the Saints showed me nothing. Give me the young kid with a better run game with Miles Sanders, better pass catchers, better defense, better coach. Like I'll take getting home points in a divisional matchup with that type of menu all day.
Okay. So I went to that game too for a slightly different angle as you. And I mean, like I also came away from the Titans Saints guy. I also had the Titans too. Yep. I don't think New Orleans offense is very good, despite the fact they have Chris Olave. They can't block. They got a lot of offensive line, like especially right in them up the middle too. Like they were getting pressure on Carr. He was scrambling, running for his life a little bit. I mean, I think they sacked him 4 times. On the other side of the ball, Panthers also can't block. They got a couple offensive line injuries as well. And I think that team just is all that good. I think the defense is good, but the offense, I think, is just kind of a disaster. So you're right, though. Dome team going outdoors. I know it's going to be like 85 degrees, but still is a little different. I like the under on that game. I think it's going to go under 40. I think the New Orleans defense is really good. I think they're going to be able to get pressure on the rookie quarterback, but I think this is going to be like 2016, 17-9. Like, I think it's going to be kind of ugly game.
12-9 is 100% in the realm of
right. Yeah. So take under on New Orleans, Carolina under 40. Bonus bet too on an under. I think Green Bay and Atlanta is going to go under 40.5. Aaron Jones is going to play probably for the Packers. Christian Watson's not going to play for the
Packers. Did that come out today? I didn't look to see.
So Aaron Jones didn't practice. Christian Watson still has got the hamstring injury.
I know Watson's not playing.
Yeah. So it's going to be AJ Dillon, who I've tried to make AJ Dillon be a thing. He sucks.
That's just going to be a thing, Steve.
It's not going to be a thing. Falcons defense is a lot better than the Bears defense, but on the flip side of the coin, Green Bay's defense is pretty good. Desmond Ridder is horrible too. I don't know who's going to win that game, but I think under 40.5. I think it's going to be a low scoring game too.
Love it. Yeah. I like a lot of games this week, man. I like a lot of dogs this week.
As
much as I just shat on Tennessee, I like Tennessee too. I love Atlanta. There's a bunch of games I like this week. I have to fucking govern myself and just chill out because it's only fucking week 2 and nobody knows anything, especially me.
No, there we go. All right, you got anything else?
Now, JT, what's he doing? He was 3 under with 4 birdies in bogey.
Yeah, I think he was 3 under.
And he's still losing to guys like MJ Duffy. Good thing he's on the Ryder Cup team.
Yeah. Hey, you like that I threw out a Lucas Herbert for you and you didn't bet it?
I know.
That's your boy. I thought this was going to be a Euro boy week.
I know. So I looked at it and I was like, nah, I'm good. Like he's not going to hold on and win. We know how this goes. I should have bet him first round leader.
Oh God, what's his live odds?
It's not going to be good. It's fucking 9 under.
I bet it is. I bet if like JT's close to the lead, home was like 2 under. Yeah. All right, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, whatever. Okay. All right. So next week, what shitty tournaments do we have?
We have nothing. There's no golf tournament next week, so we're actually not recording on Tuesday.
Nice.
So I know, nice. Not doing content for you guys. Way to really look out for the fans. But no, we'll have a Thursday show for you guys, and then after that, though, it's Ryder Cup week.
Ryder Cup, baby.
We have a lot of stuff that week. So stay tuned for that.
See if I'm wearing my Team Euro gear on the pod.
God, if you show up in like a blue and yellow polo, I'm booting you from the stream.
If you don't think I have that ready and waiting to go with a Jameson scarf, sir, you are sadly mistaken.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, we'll see. Good luck with that, buddy.
Yeah,
I am fucking bitter.
You are a jilted wife right now.
I am. Absolutely. All right. Well, listen, you guys know what to do. Go like, subscribe over on YouTube. That helps us out. Give us a rate and review. I haven't got one of those in a while, so feel free to do that. Love us, hate us, whatever. Just download, subscribe. Is what it is. Hope we cash some more bets for you this week with golf and football. Talk to you next week for football. Later.